Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Aries for the week of October 20th. And at this time I'd like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed, and for sharing with others, as well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched, and also hitting the hype button as well. Thank you so much for doing all of that for me. It truly is appreciated. And a thank you to everyone who has been leaving comments. That's very nice. It's nice to know I'm not alone. Thank you so much for doing that. It is truly appreciated. All right. And Six of Swords. Thinking of moving on to something new. Realizing that perhaps it's your time to make a transformation, change, leaving something behind that you have come to know for quite some time, but you're releasing excess baggage. Moving forward with your decisions and your life. For some of you, it's literally changing where you live. You know, moving on to someplace new. Finding a more calmer shore in life, like, you know, getting along with people where you live, where you work, all that sort of thing. You're just tired of feeling like you're going against the current all the time where you're at. Always having struggles. You want things to be much more calm and even in your life. And if moving is what's going to help you, then that's what you're trying to do here. You're definitely moving forward. Leaving something behind that no longer serves you for sure. Making a new transformation for yourself. The Six of Rods, yeah. Finally getting recognized, you know. It's nice once in a while to get that attaboy from others, saying what a good job you've done and how far you've come and, you know, made it through your struggles and all that sort of thing, and show you that they actually care. And that's what you're finally getting this week. You know, and if you're not getting it from the outer world, you're giving it to yourself. You know, this is your public recognition for all that you've made and done and progress in your future, you know, self-confidence in yourself again. Maybe you've been having a little bit of doubt because of this here, you know, always going against the stream, and now you're starting to heal yourself, reward yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah, look at that. Self-reliance and independence, absolutely. You know, when you decide to do something, you don't ask people's permission. You know, this is the fruits of your own labor, your own hard work. And when you want to purchase something or go somewhere, it's your finances. You've built this empire all on your own. So you are now taking the time to not only admit that to yourself, but realizing that, you know, that you can do this on your own. And you will, because you are that strong a person. Look at that. Collaboration, coming together. Three of Pentacles. Is somebody going to ask you this week about lending them a hand? Or maybe this is you just beginning a teamwork, like learning to help others because you both help each other. You complement one another. So you're building something really good here with somebody else. And this doesn't have to be, you know, a love partner. This can be a work partner. You're building something that has got, you know, claws to it. It will continue to go forward. And your expertise brought to the table is that extra help. The Queen of Cups, yeah. You're okay. You're feeling comfortable within your own rights. And that's very good to see for you. You're nurturing yourself. You're healing yourself emotionally. You're starting to feel more stable about your decisions and not thinking it, over analyzing it. You're starting to come to the understanding that when you do something, pardon me, you're doing it because it's done for yourself. So now you're just taking that little bit of time back, well deserved, and see what's next coming forward. And the Six of Pentacles, yeah, look at that. Very nice. You're learning to not always be the giver, but it's time for you to open up to receiving generosity back. And that can be generosity in all areas of your life. You know, something so simple as maybe you've been buying coffee every time you go out, you know, with people, and now you've decided that, you know, let them buy you one, that sort of thing. But you're quite comfortable with yourself this week, more than you have been in a while. You had some self-doubts going on, and this is the week that you're understanding that you're within your own strength and power. So you're learning to receive as well as you give. You give generosity and help to others far more than you realize. And now you're starting to open back up to the reality that you want more even give and take in the people that are in your realm. You don't always want to be the giver or the person receiving. You want it more on a balanced scale. Ten of Swords. So something has happened recently. This can be from a family member, a friend, somebody that you're acquainted with. And you've gotten wind that, you know, some things that you've given them in confidence or talked to them about, whatever it happens to be, they turned on you. You know, talk behind your back, all that sort of thing. And it sort of made you feel not worthy. Like, how could they do this to me? You know, all that sort of thing. Or there could have been something that you were trying to do and it didn't pan out. It was a failure. And it left you feeling self-doubt. And you're trying to heal from that. So you have gotten wind of it. You're understanding who's done the betrayal, who hurt you, who, you know, talked behind your back, all those sort of terrible things. But you're much wiser. You're going at this time with more clear thought. Like you are picking up this yourself, looking at that person, whoever that was. You're done. Boy, are you done. So you're helping yourself heal, moving away from this sort of person. You're not going to talk to that person ever again. Too bad for them. But you're okay with it. You know, it hurt. Absolutely it did. I'm not demeaning that at all. But you're finding your inner strength, knowing who's on your side, who's doing what, where, and how, and realizing the company that you have around you, you want them to be truthful and loyal to you. Not second guessing yourself. You want to be able to be you. And the Moon card, and that's, learning to pick a new path. Let something go from the past. Carrying on in a whole different direction. And understanding, you know, there's some perhaps, you know, unforeseen problems, but you're okay with it. You're up to the challenge. You're okay with turning directions. You're starting to take care of yourself and your health. You know, no more overeating, over drinking, over indulging in anything. You have literally done a 360 here and decided that you're changing your approach to things in your life. And you're okay with being the leader instead of a follower as well. So you picked a whole new way of doing things, communicating with people, where you want to live, who you want to call friend, all those sort of things. But it hasn't come easy. But you're doing this new path. Yeah, and the Two of Swords. Boy, there's a decision that you have needed to make for a while. And you've been on the fence for it. It isn't easy for you. You've put a lot of time, energy, and effort into this difficult decision. And you're weighing the options. You really are. But right now, you're at a deadlock. Do I go or do I stay? Do I talk to him? Do I not? You know, that sort of thing. But you will answer this question very quickly because you're already on the other path. So it's not going to take much for you to make that final decision on what you're going to do, where you're going to be, and how far you're going to go. Ooh, nice. 6 of Cups. A little bit of nostalgia, looking back at your past, your childhood in some cases, where you lived, people you had around you. Maybe you've had some interfaces with somebody from your past, and it sort of brought you back around to when you were younger. You know, a happier memory, childhood memories. And it increases your joy again. It helps you to step out of all this overthinking, overanalyzing, which way do you go, what do you want to do sort of thing. And just take that moment to regather your thoughts for your future. And once you step forward and make that decision, it is going to bring you to a better place. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Regrets, competition, moving away from that, understanding that you don't want that anywhere in your life anymore. No more, no more conflicts, no more disagreements, people trying to win at all cost, just theft here, abuse, and that can be in relationships as well. And it doesn't have to be theft as in they've taken your wallet. It can be theft as in how you feel about yourself. And that's a big price to pay. But you're letting that go. You're finally realizing you're not comfortable with that anymore. So you're moving away from it. You're cutting that sort of thing out of your life. It's not on the docket anymore. So good for you. Yeah, 2 of Wands. Definitely looking overseas. Now this can be you staying at home and working, in another country. That happens. But I think for you this week, you're actually looking into traveling overseas. Looking out into the horizon. You've got the world in your hand. All the dreams are right before you. And you're realizing it's time for you to put a little joy in your life. Where do you want to be? What do you want to have? Where do you want to go? And if you have to do it on your own, you're okay with that too. You have your self-reliance and independence. That's back up over here. You are very self-reliant person. You can take care of yourself. You've proven it over and over again that you can pick yourself back up, put back the pieces together, and continue on. And when you have your financial independence, it gives you the opportunity to look at the world a little bit different. And you're realizing, who do you want around you? And like I said, that can be in relationships, friendships, family, all of the above. And you're realizing what makes you comfortable, where you're happy at, what you're expecting for your future. So you're definitely making some trips here, or planning to make trips in the very near future. And the 9 of Wands. Yeah. Made your decision. Stood your ground. Been through the hard times. Came out the other side. Understanding that things are changing around you. You have the courage, determination. You're trusting in faith that you're at the right time, right place, right now. In whatever form it's in. And it helps you to know where your own boundaries are too. What you expect from yourself. What you're willing to put up with. That sort of thing. And you're moving forward. So this is all coming to life this week. Your movement, your happy times, you're moving forward, you're taking care of yourself. You have a clear vision of where you want to go. But for many of you, you're literally traveling. Overseas by the looks of it. So there's a trip in the future here for you. That is going to change a lot of things in your life. Yeah, once you make that decision, it is going to be a final one for a long time. All right. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confidence that arises from overanalyzing the opportunities. And there you are. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.